me today, I would love to work with you for your facility, home, center, or ministry. Let's do it. Hey, everybody. Hello, how are you? I am excited to be with you. Today marks a wonderful day for any and everybody that is alive. Today is a day that we are alive. Today is a day that we can make an impact. Today is a day that we can be successful. Today is a day that we can make a difference in the life of others. But first, we have to start within ourselves. That's right. We have to start within ourselves. Today is a day that a difference will be made, but the first difference that has to be made has to be from within. There has to be an internal spark, an internal fire that makes you say that, hey, this is my desire to be great. This is my desire to go further. This is my desire to push past anything that I feel or anything that I believe that has been holding me back and or will attempt to get in the way of doing the things that is going to be important for me to succeed. And baby, when I say that I am excited to be here, I am more than excited. I am ecstatic. I am ecstatic. Today, we are going to be talking about authenticity. Yes, authenticity. That is our word for today. Our words rather over the next couple of months, well, a couple of weeks, the next 30 plus days have been expired by Miss Victoria Reppa of Better Me. And I saw her posting on LinkedIn, and she was talking about leadership, and she charged everyone who saw that post to take these words, these ideas, and to implement them into what they do. Now, you know me, I am up for a challenge. I'm always up for a challenge because that is what helps us to become better. If we stay stagnant, if we don't make a change, if we don't push ourselves, even in the midst of challenges, we shall never grow. And baby, I like growing. So now let's get to the meat of it. For those of you who are like, who is this woman with all this green? Who is she talking to me? My name is Melody McGuire, and I am the founder of the Early Childhood Educators Circle Time. That's right, the Early Childhood Educators Circle Time. We are most often known as ECE Circle Time. Did you catch that? ECE Circle Time. I just taught you something. I just taught you a couple of movements in sign language. And if you have heard or never heard about early childhood education, this is what we do. Early childhood education and child care takes care of the youngest, the most vulnerable people in our population. Those children between the ages of 0 to 5 that are in education institutions, child care centers, daycares, preschools. That is who we are and what we take care of. Now, theoretically, early childhood goes from 0 to ages of 8. But when we're talking about business, we are in those places. We're not in the school system, though some early childhood institutions have partnered with them. We are specifically working with those that are outside of the school system. And as an early childhood educator, every time we come together in our sessions with children, we have circle time. Circle time is where we build community. Circle time is where we give our lesson plans. Circle time is where we give ideas. Circle time is where it all goes down in the classroom. And every time we have circle time, there is a little song that we sing. I'm going to sing it to you, and then you can join me later, okay? The words are hello, hello, hello. Hello, and how are you? I'm fine, and I hope you are too. Here it goes. Hello, 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 and how are you? I'm fine, I'm fine, and I hope that you are too. Hello, 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 and how are you? I'm fine, and I hope that you are too. Every now and then we get a little jazzy and we sing it in another language. So today I feel jazzy. I'm singing in Spanish and it goes just like this. You ready? Just one little line, one simple line, like this. Hola, 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 ¿cómo estás? Estoy bien, estoy bien. Espero que tú estás bien. That's how it goes. And we sing this song because it is a mindset. Yes, it is welcoming. Yes, it is fun. But for us, even as early childhood educators and childcare providers, when our days are challenging, we know that we have to have the mindset of everything is going to be just fine. And while we are taking care of the children and the families within our communities, we go a step above the rest and say, I am going to be the best. So I want to say thank you so much for joining me. I am excited. Now is the time to go ahead and let your friends know that Miss Melody is on and that we are getting ready to talk some things that we need to talk about. So I'm going to give you about I'll say about 45 seconds. You got it? 45 seconds. Be right back.
Mark your calendars and join MCCA in Austin, Texas, April 2024. We can't wait to see you there.
All right, we're back, and we are right on track. As I told you, I was watching LinkedIn. I was on LinkedIn and I saw this post by a beautiful lady by the name of Victoria Repper. And she was talking about authenticity. And she gave us a whole list of words for each letter of the alphabet. Now, as an early childhood educator, now you know I'm ready and I'm here for all of the ABCs, y'all. I'm here for all of the ABCs. And for those of you who are like, why does she keep turning? I'm talking to my friends on TikTok. And I'm also talking to my friends on Clubhouse. Yes, the early childhood educator circle time started on Clubhouse. So even though we definitely love videos, we definitely love connecting in this way, we're going to always make sure that we are on Clubhouse. Clubhouse is where this originated during the midst of the pandemic. Sitting there, what am I going to do? I'm stuck at home. And this app came about. And as an early childhood educator, I'm like, hey, what can we do? And so I started having circle time. And since January 1st, 2021, we have had circle time ever since then. So if you want to learn more about us or visit us, our channel, even on Clubhouse, make sure that you do. If you're new and you just so happen to scroll, visit ececircletime.com. You can also find more information about what we have been doing and how we have evolved since being on Clubhouse. Now, as an early childhood educator, when I was in the classroom, I always introduced words to children. Always introduce words to children. We know that in order to expand the vocabulary, we have to give them the words. And one thing that's always said, I hear parents say it too. You say to a 2-year-old, use your words, use your words. Well, baby, what words are they going to use if we don't talk to them, if we don't read to them, if we do not communicate with them, even if we don't tell them our feelings, if we don't give them the words, then they won't have it. So when you go to any of our sessions, you'll see and know that we have a word. And that's why I'm so in love with going through the ABCs of a great leadership as ECE Circle Time. So, Miss Victoria, we are here for. Now, A is authenticity. When we are introducing the word to the children, we write it out, we clap it, we snap it, and we nod it because everybody learns differently. You have kinesthetic learners, you have auditory learners, you have learners that can just see it. And so when we're in circle time, yes, with a bunch of 2-year-olds, we are clapping the word out. So authenticity has 5 syllables. I'm going to do it first, and then you do it with me. Authenticity. Let's clap it. Authenticity. Let's snap it. Authenticity. Let's nod it. Authenticity. One more time. Y'all ready? I think you got it. You got it? I hope you got it. Y'all got it? You got it? Y'all got it on Clubhouse? Let's do it one more time. Authenticity. Let's clap it. Authenticity. Let's snap it. Authenticity. Let's nod it. Authenticity. Now, according to what Victoria put down, she says that we have to lead with integrity and genuineness. That stole my heart. And it steals my heart because when we're not here on any social media platform, we are in, as far as ECE Circle Time, we are in early education and childcare facilities. We are helping to lead programs through increasing the quality of their program, whether it be from management or in the classroom. And many of the programs that we serve become nationally accredited. That means that they go above and beyond their city, their state, even their prior company policies and procedures, and meet the playing field while raising the bar so that no matter if a child is in California or New York, if they are in Wisconsin or down in Texas, we have standards as an industry that we are using. And one thing that we have to look at, especially when it comes to serving children, is being authentic. When I saw that, I said yes, because in our authenticity, we are original. We are able to stand as ourselves, as our whole self. We have to stand as our whole self because we're developing, we're pouring in, and we're serving the future. Everything that the children do around us, they are like sponges. And so when it comes to leadership in the classroom and out of the classroom, there are 5 things that I want us to look at with this word, with authenticity. And I'm going to go over those 5 things. And normally in Circle Time, we do have a book. So I am going to share the book that reminds me and jogs my head about authenticity. That book is The Empty Pot. Yes, the book is called The Empty Pot by Demi. And so a brief synopsis of this story is that there's an emperor who knows that one day there's going to have to be a transition in leadership. The empty, EMPTY, the empty pot. Go on YouTube, look it up. You can watch the videos and also go to the library. But it's called The Empty Pot. And this will be a great book to read to the children, but also a great book just to have your staff. So back to the premise of the story. So in the empty pot, there's this emperor who knows that one day he's going to have to give the power over. And so what he does is that he prepares the future. He calls for all the children in the land and he says, whoever can take this seed that I give to them and make the beautiful flowers, they're going to be the next emperor. And so there's this one little guy in the story, and he always builds seeds. And the thing I love about the empty pot and the seeds is that, side note, when we plant that seed, That seed grows on the multidimensional levels. Sometimes we don't see it. When you're growing as a seed, when you're planting the ideas, when you're planting the transformation, the seed grows uh, up and down. And so sometimes what we don't see is what's even stronger. And that's why the empty pot and this word authenticity just hits me like, oh, in my stomach. Because when we're authentic, sometimes, like even today, I planned I was going to be on at a certain time, but that didn't happen. However, I knew that I was coming. Like Cat Williams, they know I'm coming. I know I'm coming. And when I get there, we know that it's going to be great. But prior to that, especially when it comes to leadership, things happen. I talked to my daughter. I had to handle some other situations, but I knew that I'm still going to do exactly what I said that I'm going to do. And that's one of those things in with the word authenticity. So in this story, the emperor calls all of the children and he gives everybody seeds, and it takes over a course of the year. And so there's this one little guy who received the seeds that really actually is the best planter. He takes that seed, he's trying to cultivate it, he puts it into a pot, it doesn't grow. Then he takes it and transforms it into another pot, it still doesn't grow. And so now it's time to come and produce everything that you can produce. And the little boy is sad. He's like, oh my God, I don't have, I didn't make my goal. But his father says that, hey, you did the best that you could. Take what you have. And so the emperor has all of these children, and everybody's coming up and they're just gloating. Oh, look at my flowers. And the emperor, he stands there kind of stoic. He's looking at all of the beautiful flowers, but he's not saying nothing at all. He's just looking. And so then this little boy comes up with this empty pot, and he tells the emperor, I've done everything that I could do. I've watered it. I've transferred it. I made sure that it was in life. I cared for it. And then the emperor smiles. And the emperor smiles because, here go the trick. The emperor had cooked the seeds, y'all. Yes. The emperor already knew that the seeds were of no value. And so the emperor was looking for someone who's going to be truthful, who's going to be authentic, who's going to be genuine and show up to give a report of everything that they did. And so when the little boy came up with this empty pot, pouring his heart out, saying that, hey, I really tried my best, but I'm going to stand in my authenticity, stand in what I am giving and what I am providing to you. Guess what? He became the next emperor. Yes, the one with the empty pot became the next emperor, even though the king said, I'm looking for the flowers. He already knew. And so when it comes to that level of authenticity, sometimes there will be challenges that persist. But if you, with the children, the families, the communities, show up as yourself, giving your all, you're still going to get exactly and everything that you need. So let's go over how to do that. How I believe that in this season, we can show up with authenticity, how we can lead with integrity and genuineness. Because before the little boy was even a leader, he had to have integrity. He was doing everything that he could do, everything that he could do, but he didn't try to switch up and he didn't try to do something that was inauthentic. So, number one, the first thing I want you to do is that as you're showing up and modeling authenticity, you got to be genuine in your interactions with the children, with the parents, and the families. We are serving young children. So it is okay to laugh. It is okay to smile. It is okay to play with the children. It is okay to show your real emotions. As I stated before, we often say to children, use your words, use your words. Well, if we're not standing as our most authentic self, in our authenticity, even within our power and within our weakness, how will they ever have the word? I tell children all the time, if they hurt me, or if I hurt them, or but first if they do something to me, or if I do something to them, I apologize. I don't make them say I'm sorry, especially when they're interacting. We have to empower them with the words to begin to speak, to say exactly what they need and how they feel. We have to acknowledge our mistakes, even when it comes to the children, with the families and the leadership staff. Hey, you know what, Miss Melody? I apologize. That was not how I meant it. Thank you for sharing that. I'm taking note of that. What can I do to help you to understand exactly what I was talking about? See, in that authenticity, that genuineness, that integrity, you take less offense by what someone does. And you begin to step outside of yourself and say, hey, it's not me that they're really upset with. It might just be, I need to be more transparent. I need to build trust. I need to be respectful. That is one thing that we have to do in our authenticity with the children, with the families, and especially with the staff. The next thing is that in order to do that, we have to create that environment. We have to create a supportive environment. We have to create the environment where people will want to be there. We have to foster and be positive in ourselves. That's why we sing the song, hello, 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 and how are you? I'm fine, I'm fine, and I hope that you are too. That does not negate that outside of work, I'm having some challenges. But what it does say is that I'm going to overcome. And what it does say is that I'm going to be positive. I'm not going to take out what's going on outside of work on another person and or the children and or the staff. I'm not going to be mean just because I can't be mean. I'm not going to say just because I'm the director, you do what I say do. That's so unfair. And then that's why you have a high turnover. If you are creating a supportive environment, you will encourage communication and collaboration amongst the team. As I stated, and many of you know that I serve programs that are working towards becoming nationally accredited. With national accreditation standards, they ask, how do the leadership talk and speak with the staff? Are you having staff meetings? Do you provide weekly interactions? Is there an email? Is there a newsletter? Because that communication is what's going to begin having a supportive environment. People do not leave just the work environments, they leave bad leadership. Okay, I'm gonna say that again because people, when I was the leader or when I was the follower, left because of mismanagement, poor communication. And as a leader, we have to, I learned always be fair, firm, and consistent in what we say and how we play. Fair, firm, and consistent in what we say and how we play. Now, let's go on to my third step. I told y'all I got 5 things that I want to share with y'all on today. Number 3, empower others. Man, empower others. If you're in the classroom, you can empower the children. I could tell you how many times, especially during my last year of working with children, I would always say, oh, Miss Melody is not here today. I would tell the kids that. And they would manage their classroom. But the only way that they were able to do that is because we were consistent with our schedule. We were consistent in everything that we did. We were authentic. Oh, honey, I done tripped up on the word. We were authentic in what we did in the classroom. And we stuck with our schedule, but we also left room for improvement, even in the classroom setup. If I designed it a certain way and the children wanted to change it, I moved out the way. How do you want the classroom to look? Because as an educator inside of the room, I'm just here to facilitate the learning. As a leader who are leading the people, your duty is to ensure that the vision has been written so that they will know exactly what to do. If you have your policies, your procedures, and you have your practices in place, your team will automatically begin to say, oh, I know Mary's not going to be here today. What's the ages of her children? Okay, you know what? I can take the 2.5 year olds because when we were in our last meeting, she stated that the 2.5 year olds could be with the 3 year olds based off of this ratio. When you begin to empower your team, empower those children, they begin to step up. I remember it got to the point that even as the executive director, I stopped running the meeting. I said, okay, y'all, I said what I need to say. Because for me, us being a nationally accredited program, having our enrollment up, having management in place, I was able and free to be able to go out in the community. So I did have boots to the ground. I knew what was going on in the center. But at my role as an executive director, it was a part to communicate with the community and let them know that we were there. So when we are empowering our staff, when we are empowering the children, when we are empowering the families, we help them to recognize and appreciate everybody's individual strengths, everybody's contribution to the team, because leaders can motivate and inspire. Let me tell you, there's a difference between motivation and inspiration. Motivation is contingent. It may have to be based off an award, but inspiration, that comes from within. And if your people see you walking in your authenticity, with your integrity, if you're able to say, hey, you know what, listen, y'all, we can't do that right now. It's not in the budget. You say, oh, you know what? I misunderstood. The more that you position yourself in your authenticity, it allows others to know that I can stand up and I can step up and be strong. Because one thing that I had to learn, even now as an entrepreneur, because it's different now, y'all. I have to begin to bring on the team that doesn't fit me, but fits with things that I can't do. I'm going to say that again. I don't hire or bring on team to be many melodies. I bring on the team and the people to help get the vision going, to make sure that everything is done, because I can't do it all. Listen, I cannot. That website look good. Miss Melody didn't do it. You can cancel Christmas if you want me to make the website. You can cancel Christmas if you think that I made that magazine. Baby, your feelings will be hurt and you will not get anything. But that is because, yes, as a leader, I know exactly the vision, but I have to make it plain and be able to be authentic and say, I need your help. I need you. Can you help support me to get this vision to come through? Okay, y'all, I'm come on back. Let me come on back. Number 4, build relationships. It is so important. And I have to overemphasize the impact of you being authentic with your team. When we're not here, or ECE circle time, I'm out in the streets. And when I mean streets, I mean the states. And what I've seen with programs that have been able to go through the national accreditation process that normally takes 2 to 3 years, those programs that have been able to get it done in 60 days, those programs that have been able to work that thing right on out and get it done within the 6 months, it is based upon the relationships that the leaders have with the people. Those who get through this accreditation process with ease and efficiency with ECE Circle Time, they have already and or are building meaningful relationships with their team. So the teams know that there's no I in leadership. And I every time we have a meeting, I bring out the word team. And when I highlight the I, it's in the middle of the A hole. Okay? Let me say it one more time, as politically correct as I can say it. When I bring out that word team, TEAME, and I highlight that I, it's in the middle of the A hole. And so you can't be the a hole trying to make everything about you that goes on in that program about you. Sometimes, as leaders, and even those in the classroom, we have to put ourselves aside. We have to say, I hope that you are too. Hello, hello, I'm fine. I hope that you are too. And give space for the children, or even give space for the families to say that I'm not doing well today. Give space for the teachers to say, I need to have a meeting with you. I've been documenting some behaviors of what's been going on in my classroom, and I need help. We have to give space and invest time. Though at one of my previous positions, I was the executive director, and a great deal of my role was to be out in the community building relationships. When I came back to the center, I didn't always work. I had that open space to say, hey, what's up? What's going on? How can I help you? And they knew staff were waiting for that open office hour. And even in that open office hour, I gave them the opportunity to be transparent with me. Miss Melody, I didn't like this or whatever what you said. Well, Miss Melody, the center director said we had to do it this way and that way and this way. Why? I allowed them to challenge, not disrespect. Oh, don't be disrespectful. No, there was no room for disrespect. But what it allowed was, as they say, iron sharpeneth iron, giving them more details and more information on why we're running this business the way that we're running this business. It was a nonprofit, but as a nonprofit, we weren't supposed to, turn in a profit. So all the money that came in, the reason why they had to do what they needed to do is because I was making a garden down on the end of the edge of the playground. The reason why they had to stay extra late, or the reason why we had volunteers or different people come in and support, is because we needed support. See, when you build that relationship, you are able to walk and operate in that authenticity. You're able to say, okay, these are the hours. Come sit down, come talk to me. What's going on with you? Because sometimes your A player may really be having a situation and they may need to take a day off. When I walked in the building, sometimes I didn't get to my office for almost 3 hours. Why? I was giving restroom breaks. I was standing there giving hugs. I was letting them know what's going on. I was standing right there talking to the families. Oh, Miss Melody, we haven't seen you in a minute. How's it going? And I actually told them, because people like to hear good news. Come on. It's better to give than receive. When people are in your programs, they want to know that they're in a winning program. They want to be rest assured to go around and say, yes, my program is at the top tier in the state. Oh, my children attend a nationally accredited program. I have families that drove 45 miles one way. Mother worked on lived and worked on the opposite side of town, but came that way because she heard of the good news. She came that way because she knew that we were authentic. She came that way because she knew that we would help. And so I have one more thing to share with you all. I'm going to stop for a second. I gotta, wet my whistle. So y'all come right back, okay? Come right on back.
Hi, I'm Mrs. E. Welcome to the EQ Kids crew. As a first grade teacher, I see the importance of kids knowing their emotions on a daily basis. Children can be very emotional and have a strong emotional response to things they see, hear, or do, and they might not know what to do with those big feelings. This can lead to tantrums, hitting, bullying, and a whole host of other problem behaviors. That's why it's important for adults to have a good understanding of their child's emotional needs and how to help them respond in healthy and safe ways. What's even more important is how adults model managing their emotions for their kids. With the EQ Kids crew, the social emotional card game for kids, adults and children will get to learn more about themselves and each other's emotions. Don't worry, emotions can be fun. I can't wait to introduce you to my class. They love our special EQ time and helping other kids learn about their emotions too. Oh, it's time for class! Stick around for the next video to learn how to play the game, the EQ Kids crew, the social emotional card game for kids.
All right, y'all, we're back. We are right on track. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, those of you who are watching this through StreamYard and those of you who have been staying through the replay. My name is Melody, and for those who are just coming in like, wait a minute, I just seen a cartoon. Who is this woman? Yes, I'm Melody. I'm the founder of the Early Childhood Educator Circle Time, and we have taken on a challenge from this wonderful lady, information I saw on LinkedIn by the name of Victoria. She posted what she considers the ABCs of great leadership, and her challenge was to take what she has from A through Z, each letter, she gives a different word. And so we are going through that, and today we are on A. And here's a recap. The book that I would share, that I'm always going to share a book. The book that I would share for you all is called The Empty Pot. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to put it in the banner, The Empty Pot by Demi. Okay, so The Empty Pot, just real quick and real brief. The Empty Pot is a story about this emperor who's transitioning. He decides to say that, okay, I need to have a new leadership is coming. And for those of you who look like, why she keep moving? My friends on TikTok and my friends on Clubhouse are here. So we're sharing information. And so with the empty pot, the emperor calls all of the children in the land. He gives everybody seeds, and he's saying, basically, y'all come back. And whoever has the most beautiful set of flowers or arrangements, they're going to be the next emperor. One little boy, he gets the seeds, and he's also known as basically the best planter in the land. But over the course of the year, it did not work for him. It just did not work for him, no matter what he did. He watered the seed. He loved the seed. He moved it from pot to pot. It still didn't work. And when it was time to show the results, he was very disappointed. He was very disappointed. And so his father came to him and said, hey, you did the best that you can. Take what you have to the emperor. So he goes over to meet the emperor. Everybody else, baby, flowers look like a wedding scene. All the flowers look like they're going to the Centennial Gardens. And so the emperor, he stands there all stoic, and he's just looking. And everybody's like, okay, he's not smiling. He hasn't picked. And so then this little boy comes up with this empty pot. And he says to the emperor, I'm so sorry. I did the best that I could. It just didn't work. The emperor stops and he smiles and he says, this is the new emperor. He's going to be the one that I transition the power to. And the reason why he transitions the power to him is because the emperor had already knew that the seeds were no good. The seeds were cooked, but the emperor was looking to see who would come up with and be integrous, who would do everything that they need to do. And so this little boy, the reason why I picked that story, The Empty Pot, is because he led with integrity. All of the rest of the children in the land, their mamas, their daddies, their aunties, and their cousins, everybody was lying, just lie. And so instead, the emperor was looking for someone who's going to be most authentic in who they are and lead with integrity. And so we went over 4 other things that I believe that will help. Number 1 was model with authenticity. Number 2 was create a supportive environment. Number 3 was empower others. Number 4 was build relationships. And number 5 is to lead by example. Now, I'm giving you all of these because there's multidimensional. As early childhood educators in the classroom and outside of the classroom, we are here to serve the children, the families, and the communities, all simultaneously. So everybody, regardless of your position and or your title, we all are leaders. If you're picking children up from school or from home, you are a leader. You are an early childhood educator. The way that children are going to learn how to be responsible with driving or being careful is based off of how you do it. If you're the cook, the way that children are going to learn nutritious food is by how you serve them. Do you bring food with joy? If you are the receptionist, when somebody calls the center, how you answer the phone makes a difference. Okay, I'm gonna say that one more time. How you answer the phone makes a difference. If you're a greeter at the door, if you are outside and you are the landscaper, the way that you are mowing the grass, the way that you are paying and having care to attention to detail makes a difference. So when we lead with example, we have to stay true to our values and our principles. What is your mission? What is the philosophy of your program? What are the things that we are standing on? What are the non-negotiables? Like for me, I'm going to be very authentic with you and very transparent with you. A non-negotiable is any type of abuse, whether it be essay, I don't know how the people play on these different platforms. Y'all don't have to kick me out, but you know exactly what I mean. Verbal, that's a non-negotiable. You may not, you cannot, and you will not, you shall not ever in my presence talk to a child, talk to a parent or a colleague in a way that is demeaning. Those are your non-negotiables. What are non-negotiables? Non-negotiables for me was if you seen a piece of paper in the hallway, it was your responsibility to pick it up. When I was running a nonprofit, we never knew, and this was prior to COVID, we never knew the doors of the church, the center were open. We took people for tours. How we also earned the income to be able to pay for staff was through in-kind donations. And so we would have partners and stakeholders that may send their friends, their family. They weren't sending their friends and families just to see how beautiful the building was and how well it smelt. They were coming in to see how we treated them. As I shared with people, I've had families that drove 45 minutes. They worked and lived in another area, but because they heard of the quality of our program, they would drive. And anybody would tell you, I always say, a place to thrive, THRIVE, a place to thrive is worth the drive. In early childhood education and childcare, yes, we have been overlooked. Yes, people may think that we're highly paid babysitters and nannies, and that's no disrespect to anybody who's a babysitter or nanny because we have members that are a part of that. But we are not just the low part of the totem pole of education. There's a special circumstance that begets what we do. And so we're not just any regular service provider. We're not a fast food restaurant. You can't be like, oh, okay, ma'am, I'm sorry, I dropped your baby. Let me give you another one. Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am, I hurt your child's feelings. Let me redo it. Because we impress and we imprint on the psyche of those children. That's why having a schedule is meaningful, even if you deviate. And that's why I tell people, even with going through a national accreditation, yes, at 9:45, we're supposed to be going outside. But if the children are engrossed in an activity, all right, friends, some of us are ready, some of us are not. I'm going to take those who are ready outside, and Miss Mary, she's going to stay in here with you all. When we're leading by example, we are giving space, and we have to make sure that we are authentic. Those non-negotiables. How are your practices, your policies, and your procedures? How are they set up? Are you encouraging everyone to be consistent? We have one program, no matter who walks in the door, if the staff member sees someone, they speak first. That is a non-negotiable for that program. They rush to speak first. They're like the Chick-fil-A of childcare. What are those non-negotiables? Because in your authenticity, that's how you can set a positive tone for your entire organization. So y'all, I'm just thankful to be here. I'm thankful to share. I'm thankful to take on the challenge. I'm thankful for Victoria and her idea of in her company with Better Me. Hey, maybe one day we have our own, we don't know what's up. Hey, Vicki, hey girl. But as an early childhood educator, we know that we can learn from one another. As it is in circle time, we build that community with one another. We show people how to treat us. And so we want to be treated better. We have to lead with example. We have to be intentional about what we do. This is what authenticity is about. It is about that integrity. It's about genuineness. That's what these are Victoria's words. I'm using Victoria's words. If you have an issue with this, you can take it up with Victoria. I'm just jonesing with you. But this, I'm excited to share with you all. You can go find her, but you shall meet me tomorrow. Again, we're going to be going over letter B. So make sure you have the follow. What is it? The notifications, all of that set. And just like I took Victoria's information, I'm giving her credit for it. You can take the same information that I gave you and repurpose it. We are all in this together. No matter where or who you are, we are all in this together. So, okay, y'all, let's go back over our words. Authenticity. Let's clap it. Authenticity. Let's snap it. Authenticity. Let's nod it. Authenticity. Oh my God. Every time I do that, I think about this one little boy years ago. He loved when I did the words, and you can just imagine all of them just bopping their heads, but they got the words. They got the words. So one more time. Let's clap it. Authenticity. Let's snap it. Authenticity. Let's nod it. Authenticity. And according to Victoria, that is to lead with integrity and genuineness. And I promise you, if you show up, even like the character in the story, The Empty Pot, just show up who you are, as who you are. Give your best. Something simple as the golden rule. Treat others how you want to be treated. I mean, it's simple as that. It can't get any simpler than that, y'all. Treat others how you want to be treated. Make sure that you are showing up. You're giving care and you're giving love. And if there's anything that the Early Childhood Educator Circle Time can do for you, please connect with us. Simple. ECE Circle Time. That's right. ECE Circle Time. That is our website, and that's what I like to call our nickname, because our government name is the Early Childhood Educator Circle Time. We are a place where we come to connect, to uplift, and to network. So if you see someone in the chat and they talk, follow them. Get to know the people that labor and serve others along with you. So thank y'all so much. I appreciate you. I'll go back down over the 5 things really, really, really quick again. Model authenticity. Got it? Model authenticity. Create a supportive environment. Empower others. Build relationships. Lead by example. And the story that I recap for you guys, and you will absolutely love it. I want to encourage you. Nobody paid for this. Victoria didn't pay for this. Demi or none of their people paid for this. This just comes from the heart because, as our cliche, sharing is caring, and that is what we do here at the Early Childhood Educators Circle Time. So I encourage you to stay connected, connect with me. You follow me on social media, interact with me. I'm going to definitely follow you back and interact with you. Thank you guys for being here. We appreciate you, and I'll see you tomorrow morning with the letter B. So be careful for today. Enjoy, you all. Thank you. Thank you. Remember, you are destined for this. You're called for this. You are the sauce. And if you stand up and step up for children, you're making tomorrow an even better place. God bless you all. Talk with you soon. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Hey, everybody on Clubhouse. Hey, everybody on TikTok, Instagram, and all that. I almost forgot. I was supposed to sing you all out. So our song is hello, 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 and how are you? I'm fine, and I hope that you are too. I've sung this song for thousands of children, thousands of adults, because it is about a mindset. We all have challenges, we all have rough days, but as early childhood educators and child care providers, we know that we are the front face for the families. We know that outside of the nuclear family, we are the mesio system. We are the first ones that children spend their time with. And so it is important for us to be positive and great role models. So the song again is hello, 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 and how are you? I'm fine, and I hope that you are too. Y'all ready? Hello, 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 and how are you? I'm fine, and I hope that you are too. Hello, 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 and how are you? I'm fine, and I hope that you are too. In Spanish, hola, 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 ¿cómo está? Estoy bien, espero que tú estás bien. Hola, 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 ¿cómo está? Estoy bien, espero que tú estás bien. Thank y'all for your time. Be authentic on today. Step up, shine. We need you. You are here for this moment. God bless you. I'll see y'all later.